Let's bring in Mark McAllister again from Queen's Park. And Mark, we're looking at a couple of issues here, and let's start with housing.
Yeah, a new report card released here at Queen's Park today criticizing the Ford government for not getting the proper housing built, certainly not delivering on the housing crisis, saying it's not the type of housing at the right places or the right prices. First of all, we know that as of a couple of weeks ago, the province isn't even hitting its own targets for housing starts, no matter what type of housing we're talking about. Today, it was the Alliance for a Livable Ontario offering its assessment of the province's approach and was very critical, saying that the Ford government is going about building new homes the wrong way.
Things have only gotten worse. Vacancy rates are extremely low, rents keep going up, home prices are still too high, housing starts have plummeted, construction workers are being laid off due to a lack of work, and meanwhile the demand for affordable housing and family-oriented housing within towns and cities keeps going up.
And this is a big issue for the Ford government, Mark. Doug Ford campaigned on more housing starts and targets that many thought were unattainable at the time. But of course, we don't know if, when, the hints are there that he's going to call an early election. And here's a big hint: the campaigning and hunt for attention is heating up with more media and attack ads being rolled out.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit over the course of time, but now there's a couple of different things at play. We're seeing some platform announcements being made as well. Today, NDP opposition leader Mart Stiles talking about making a new deal for all municipalities across the province. So she's putting that out there. But also in recent days, we've seen those ads, certainly a couple of different types of ads, both propping up the government, as it were, Premier Ford specifically, and also attacking him. Premier Ford featured driving around the city, speaking with voters, talking about his policies and hearing people complain about traffic and finding needles in parks, which are exactly the types of things that he wants to talk about. Meanwhile, Bonnie Crombie is on the offensive with a video saying Ford, quote, isn't in it for you, but for the people who cut him checks, a reference to developers and private businesses they say are benefiting from some of the moves the government has made. So it's all heating up. We are expecting that something is potentially going to be called in the spring. But again, nothing has been confirmed. Everything is pointing in that direction, though, certainly. And today, a little bit of a twist as well. There's some criticism of the Ford government as well, because it's we have found out that there's some fundraising goals that have been set for cabinet ministers at this point. That's something that this government has opposed and criticized in the past, but they're trying to raise money, make sure they're gearing up for that election when it happens.